Now, in order to create change, to create interventions in change, there are effectively 7 different levels.
Now, each of these 7 levels have a different impact upon the person in terms of making it more likely that the changes will last, that the changes will be permanent. So the first level, and probably the least effective level from a long-term change point of view, is the environment level. Now, the environment level means that you're making changes at an environment level, which means you change the environment in order to try to change the behavior. At a personal level, you could try to change an environment if you were trying to, for example, help a person stop smoking. You can make sure that they don't come into contact with other smokers. You at least help them stop at that moment in time.
The next level up is behavior. That's about changing what people do and how they do things. If I want to give up cigarettes, for example, I might choose not to buy cigarettes. I might choose to avoid places where there is smoking. I might choose to say, okay, well, that's it. After 7 o'clock at night time, I'm not going to smoke any cigarettes. So that's my behavior change, okay?
That's the problem, I think, isn't it? I mean, it's easy to produce change. It really is. Mm-hmm. But ensuring the change is long-lasting is the most important thing.
Absolutely.
And I think one of the vital elements to that and the next level of change is changing from a level of capability or a level of skill in terms of what are the skills that they will need in order for them to make sure that that change is long term. They have to learn how. They have to learn the valuable skills or capabilities that ensures that they can actively change the way they feel about cigarettes. They can actively get into a place and a state where they no longer want cigarettes.
But ultimately, if they don't have a big enough reason to do this, well then basically that can collapse on that level. And this is the area of values. And values really are what matters most. Basically what's most important to you. And if the thing that you're trying to change is not important to the person, or it's not the most important, or one of the most important, it's not going to sustain. Because the whole reason behind this is that people have to know that there's a good reason to change. You have to give people reasons to change. You have to explain why. So just as much as that if the person says, well, yeah, you know what it is, I really believe that it's important to give up cigarettes, yeah, basically, but they don't feel that it's true. Well then really, basically the bottom line is they haven't valued it yet and they haven't moved to the next level.
And the next level is the level of beliefs. Your beliefs about the particular issue, your beliefs about yourself, your beliefs about what it means for you in order to make a change. Your general beliefs about what change means as well. A lot of people don't feel that they can change. They believe that they won't be able to change, or they believe that change is too difficult, change is too hard, will take too long. You also need to believe that you can. You need to believe that change is possible and that you can change.
Then something happens where the cars where they slip up and they fall off the wagon, as they say, and they have that cigarette. And then they come to the conclusion, you know what it is? It's just not who I am. And that's the level of identity which you need to have change at that high level to sustain and maintain. If they don't buy in, if they're not fully bought in because it's not who they are, well then no matter how you persuade them, no matter how important they say it is, no matter how much they believe that the product's important or the service is important or the quality is important, if they don't believe that's who they are, if they're somebody else, to begin to learn about how the client is actually built, so you can find those things. What are the triggers outside that they're not talking about? And really when you get to that level of identity, then you know where those shifts are happening.
Sometimes, however, the shift needs to be at the final stage or the final level, which is the spiritual level. And the spiritual level isn't to do with connecting with God or talking to angels or any of that sort of stuff. The spiritual level is grounded in the idea that says it's about the what for. So what are you on this earth to do? What is your mission in life? You have to connect the change to your reason of being, your reason, your mission statement, why you are here. And when you can connect the change, the new behavior, the new emotion, the new perspective to you as a person in terms of your mission, that will enable you to ensure that that behavior stays long term.